Hey everybody. I'm not waiting for the music to stop this time. I'm ready to go on right meow. Hey there. This is Dice Bag, artist, game designer, world builder, and occasional VTuber, and we're drawing today. In case you haven't seen, in case you can't see the screen. Good evening, Kohath. I heard you were drawing. Oh no, wait, you were playing Monster Hunter, weren't you? Instead of drawing. Oh, but Discord says you're playing Clip Studio Paint. So I suppose you are drawing. And speaking of Discord, we're gonna go ahead and get in the room. If anybody wants to come in and chat. But yeah, we're working on this guy mostly today. This is gonna be the leader of the barbarian clans in Crytures. And he's got his own mythic creature and everything, and I haven't drawn all of it yet. That's what we're working on today. We're working on the bad guys, namely him. Then maybe we'll do some creatures. Maybe his mythic creature. Maybe its agent creatures. Whatever comes to mind. But yeah, that's the plan for today. You've been unproductive and sad. Now just getting to doing some studies. Studies schmuddies. Who needs studies? Learn by doing. I guess studies are doing, aren't they? But anyways, I just flipped the canvas for this guy because I need to do that more often. And I see some problems. So we're gonna fix those before I flip it back. Because first of all, look at this. His gambeson is all wrong. Should be maybe not that far. More like that. Of course, I still have the opacity eraser on. So we're gonna shift that so it's more in line with his actual armor. Also the neck here should be like here, or like so.
I'm here to crash the party and say that studies are for everyone.
Welcome back, Koheth. But why do studies when you could do like actual drawing and study at the same time?
Yeah, I guess you have a point. Why do mini drawings when few drawings do trick? Like, honestly, now that you put it this way, I just feel even less productive.
Wait, I think I need to turn you up a tad.
I was coming so quiet.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I have no problem with it. I'm a little meek.
What is this? Am I getting ads on Discord?
What is that? You downloaded Windows 11 and now they're feeding the ads directly into your firmware. You can't escape them.
Windows 11. I did not get Windows 11, but Windows 10 keeps telling me I need to.
So I'm running Windows 10. I haven't seen a single prompt or notification that's been like, hey, Windows 11 is out. But all these people that I run around are like, oh yeah, Windows 11 is here. Like I feel like I'm missing something.
Wait, you're running Windows 10, but you haven't gotten anything telling you to update?
I haven't. Like, I feel like
literally every time I start my PC since I got Windows 10, it's like, so you want to upgrade to Windows 11?
Yeah, I don't want to. I'm quite happy with Windows 10.
I didn't even want to upgrade to Windows 10. I was okay with 7.
Yeah, it's just that like nobody makes their software Linux compatible, and I don't want to run a VM through Linux to use Windows programs. So I'm like, fine, I will do the Windows thing. But now everybody's talking about Windows 11, and I haven't seen anything about it on my computer or any ads or anything, so I have like Windows 11 FOMO for something I don't even want.
Consider yourself lucky. I hate that.
Windows 11. Hold on, I'm gonna check, because maybe I already have it and I just didn't realize.
Let's see. Connor, Where's my Discord? Let's see. This is the Artistic Savants Discord, which is just kind of me and some buddies. I don't just have whoever come in, so...
I am a part of the elite.
The elite of this VTuber that has like 100 followers.
Somehow I have infiltrated the ivory tower.
Across all his platforms. That's not true, I have like 200.
That's also not true. You're doing pretty okay. You're like, what, top 1% of the internet? Which is good.
According to Minds.com?
No, I mean like in general. Like most people who have anything on the internet don't have anything. You know?
Okay, like your random normie scrolling the internet. Sure.
That is, yeah. But I mean like even amongst power users. If you can call them that. Sounds a little cringe to refer to people who use the internet as power users. But
I don't know, would you say I've accomplished the niche internet micro celebrity title?
Well, no, because that's like virtually impossible without like an amazing amount of dedication and luck.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not saying there's not a chance.
Well, let's hope for it. Ever since you came on, I'm just like doing little stupid tidy things.
I'm still trying to figure out how to navigate to my computer's system specs to see what operating system I'm using, so we're both in purgatory, it would seem.
I see Wulu keeps joining Stream Room, but he's muted.
Microphone busted. Feels bad, man.
Hey guys, sorry for interrupting. Just wanted to major stream real quick. Is that okay if I say, or do you want me to just go leave my piece and go?
Could you
say
do
what?
me a personal favor and say Niner, we've been shot down? Calling
No, we've been shut down. Calling in reinforcement. I'm sorry, my mic's so bad. I have no idea. I've tried different headphones. I try to. I'm using it on my phone right now. Maybe that's the case. I'm sorry.
Oh,
sorry.
absolutely. Oh, it's so good, dude.
Oh yeah, phones are terrible.
Maybe it's just a me thing. Maybe I'm just cursed. But we'll see.
Oh no, freaking audio is like a freaking art that you have to learn.
It always seems like it's gonna be an easy thing to sort out, but then you get halfway through a stream when somebody is like, why do you sound like that? And you know, the background goes dark, there's a spotlight shining on you as you start to sweat, and you're like, oh no, what's wrong now? It could be anything.
Yeah. Especially when you have like no followers.
Now I know how Alexander Graham Bell felt. You know, the person who invented the telephone was actually planning on saying the first words of the telephone to be like a poem or something, but instead he like spilled some like chemical on himself, and he had to ask the other guy to come down to help him clean up.
I would love it if his first, with so many things in technology, I would have loved it if he was just mad. Like he got it set up, it sounded like he was talking through a series of tubes, and he just profanity immediately. First phone call.
I'm sure it was not very high quality for the very first phone call.
The dude on the other end of the line was like, hey, could you do me a favor and say, Niner, we need backup? We're taking heavy fire.
You know, if Elon Musk invents the first fourth dimensional message sender, he's gonna send memes to it first.
Would a fourth dimensional message sender be faster than a three-dimensional
Like,
message
if you
sender?
could like create wormholes, it would certainly help being able to like send messages across to time and space. Like if you become a multiplanetary species, or if they are trying to make like satellites good to communicate with satellites, that would certainly help. Maybe it would make me sound less sad on the phone.
I'm pretty sure fourth dimension would involve time travel.
You get the message before it's sent.
Yeah, exactly. You send the message, and immediately it's on your phone before it's even sent.
I thought that faster than light to internet would be great, and indeed it was. But then I realized that I was hearing music before I even wanted to hear it. It has really messed with my idea of consequentialism. I'm having a major existential crisis now. Would not recommend. I remember
Infected
that.
mushroom.
What?
That's the you're having a crisis of conscience because you're hearing too much music too fast. I recommend the band Infected Mushroom. They're pretty good.
Oh.
You'll hear them too soon as well, but
it's a
It
band.
helps you
Okay.
with time paradoxes?
What was that?
I heard music can get you through things that are tough, but I never imagined that they would help you through time paradoxes.
I actually
What
want music to
genre then?
keep me in time paradoxes. If I'm in a time paradox, I want to stay there. I don't want to be let go.
We got a reverse flash up in the making here, dice bag.
I did not understand a thing you just said.
We got a
got a
reverse
reverse?
flash in the making.
Oh, okay. Reverse flash. All right. Yeah, I can't follow this conversation.
Well, you would need a pretty big IQ.
Of course. We're talking time travel,
IQ.
obviously.
An IQ big enough to read DC comics, which are mostly pictures.
What I saw last from American comics in general was that they were mostly text. Has it changed recently?
I hate
Are
that.
they good?
I'm talking about like the old one when the Reverse Flash was going through a story and how he Barry defeated him was he acted while it was the fact, and he was defeated by forgiveness. Now you don't see that kind of thing in American comics today, but yeah, I agree with you. I'm wondering about how to. I hear that all the time. I don't read comics that much, but I'm wondering the art of the comic about how do you make it so that you can show things through action rather than words.
Well, I think words are just easy. So a lot of comic makers have gotten lazy to be as offensive as possible. It's just a lot easier to tell rather than show. Even though showing is more
I have a
interesting.
real beef with the way Western comics are done in general. And this is for like all periods of comics. Because the thing is, they're so specific about things. Like, American comics are so corporatized that everything has to fit into like some kind of specific mold. Everything has to be a certain number of pages. Everything has to have like everything wrapped up in one issue except for what they're going to do in the next one. Everything has to be like self-contained and everything. And it just means like they don't spend the time on things that they should spend the time on. Like, you have a back and forth between characters and there's no weight to anything they're saying. It's just like, it's either stupidly drawn out to waste page space, or they cram it all into like one image. It's never done well.
I guess another reason to prefer good graphic novels and not like other corporate runs. Have you guys heard of Shotgun Samurai?
I have heard of Shotgun Samurai right now. I have never heard of it before right now. What is this? It sounds great.
I've heard of it, but I have no idea what it is.
It's about a samurai in Edo, Japan.
With a shotgun?
He has a shotgun.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm in.
that's literally.
Say no more. Where do I buy it?
I believe it's on Indiegogo, so they may still have it up for people to buy. It's also a webcomic, so you can basically read it for free.
Goodness. Is it better than
Yeah,
or worse than Batman as a feudal samurai?
I'd say I don't know the context of the question. Yeah, so I know things about comics lore, but I don't read comics, so I don't have any taste when it comes to comics. But I can say that it's really good. It starts out in a kind of cartoony style, but as it goes on, the artist gets better and better. So you have at first you have like people with circle heads and things, and at the end of the comic you have these like full splash pages of someone getting ready, of a person blocking in a giant rock heading
Ooh,
like.
Can you slow down a little bit? I can't keep up with what you're saying with your microphone.
We gotta install more
Starts
RAM.
with circle.
More dedicated wham.
But then gets like super realistic and super cinematic. It's honestly really funny seeing the journey of it. I'm not exactly sure about how it starts, but one of the things about it was they had basically a very low budget short film about it. It's really funny because it's very hard to tell what's what. Like they have this one person who's supposed to be playing a little kid, except it's a full-grown man. So the short film is very cheesy, but if you read the comic, it's supposed to be like kind of tongue-in-cheek, but then it gets really deep, kind of like and it's like to the short but art online abridged, where it starts out like really funny, but then it actually gets into a character and a story that's actually better than the original series.
Well, I got a question for you.
Yeah, what is it?
Are you able to adjust the gain on your phone microphone? I know it's like probably not, but. And then my other question is your phone in a metal or hard plastic case?
Okay, can you guys hear me better?
Slightly.
A little bit. Because it's just you're peaking a lot.
Yes.
So if you peaked less, it would be easier to understand.
Okay.
Go ahead, troubleshooting live on stream.
So,
It's inside baseball is everybody's favorite thing.
You guys just talk. I'll just say movie clips randomly, and you guys tell me when I got it. Okay?
All right.
I didn't catch any of that, really.
He's gonna troubleshoot, quip in randomly, and when he has it, we'll let him know.
Just keep talking. Pretend I'm not here.
Oh, we will.
Hey.
How do you feel about crude oil?
You talking to me?
Yeah, I guess.
How am I supposed to feel about crude oil? I don't know what differentiates crude oil from other oil.
Well, it's vulgar, first of all.
Okay, I get you. I get you.
That's it. Thank you for coming to my stand-up routine.
Yeah, we're making jokes now. Okay, but
So,
I guess now's a good time to like.
909 or 49. You've been shot down. Ah!
Still peaking.
Yeah, I don't know how, but like I can't hear you over the music that I'm playing, but you in OBS, you hit the red every time you come on, while the music is just staying down in the green.
strange. Oh, that's an audio thing. Do you like redoing your entire audio setup every time there's a update to your streaming like software?
Oh, I avoid that.
Oh, do you not?
I sure as hell had to do it when I got my new PC.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Hold up. There's multiple chats going on. The stupid restream combined chat is now not consolidating the YouTube chats. It's only showing Twitch chats.
I see Adam's chat on the stream.
Yeah,
I'm watching.
It's on the screen. But on the actual like website where it like has the feed of the chat for me specifically to look at, it ain't there. It was doing this last time and the time before that. I don't know why I'm paying for this service at this point.
Okay, I'm going to try turning my headphones off and see if my phone mic can pick it up better.
Okay. Also, Adam, chess is an interesting game. I think it's made far more interesting when there's less knowledge-based skill involved in the game. So games like Shotgun Chess are that Mortal Kombat chess game, way cooler than chess just normally. Also, phone microphone has no noise cancellation and is awful.
Okay.
And it's roboting. Anyways, Tuxedo Blackfoot over in the Odyssey chat is saying about Shotgun Samurai, I guess, that it's stupid but it's great. Haven't read it. Okay. But
That's
it's
what
a comic.
I love though. I love it when something is just fun. I want more things that are just fun. Okay, holy shit. I'm sorry. I don't mean to swear. The cover. So good.
The what?
The cover, dude. Hold on, I'm putting it in the chat.
Of Shotgun Samurai?
You need to check out this cover.
Alright, let's see if it'll...
Right? Are you able to share that?
Who came up with that?
Apparently Matthew Bello, also known as my next ex-husbando.
There you go, chat. Look at this beauty. Shotgun Samurai. He's got two shot. Actually, he's got a lot more shotguns than that.
I really love the implication that after they die, because they're alive, shotguns go to heaven.
Tuxedo Blackfoot says there's a YouTube video for it. It's live action and jank as hell.
I guess that's what I'm doing after I got out from here today. Oh my gosh, that's so good.
I was studying the Gospel of Shotgun Samurai. Okay,
Even if you're a robot, you've done us a great service today.
He's an underwater robot.
Beep boop. Scuba diving for sunken treasure. Don't know why I need an oxygen tank though. Beep boop.
You know, it's just to keep up appearances. We want the fish to continue to believe that you're a man.
Beep boop. Please do not discriminate me against me. Please do not discriminate anybody against anybody that's mechanical. I say this as a human. Beep boop. Don't know.
See, we're running psyops on the sheep to make them think that we've adapted to water. I don't know why,
Wait,
but
wait, why
we
are the
did.
sheep curious? Hold on.
Wait, sheep?
That's
Did
why
I
you
say
did
sheep?
You did say sheep.
I meant fish. Why did I say sheep?
I have no idea.
Oh, fish sheep.
Oh, why does that happen?
Like,
Sometimes I
fish.
just say the completely wrong word. It'll happen.
You were mixing sheeple with fish. So instead, would it be shish? Sheeple? Or what?
I really, really like feeble. I
Feeple.
think that has a lot of potential.
Fish people.
I'm surprised I realized
Fish
what I did so soon.
Wait, what did you do? Oh, I see. Never mind.
Like, you guys
Very
started
smart man
questioning
over
it,
here.
and I didn't even realize what I'd said. But
You
no,
don't
I've
just
had that
casually
problem
mix
happen so many times where I just
anything.
say the wrong thing, so I'm like, oh yeah, I must have said the wrong thing. I must have used the
Look at all
completely
the-
wrong word.
Look at all those sheep swimming on the land.
Guess I've had the cloud sheep guys on my mind so much, it's just the animal, my go-to animal right now.
They are
Oh,
nice.
man,
Hold
I need
on,
to-
you finished the acid one, right? Was
There,
it an acid one?
there is no acid one right now, but there is a rain one.
The rain one. I don't think I saw the finished rain one yet.
Oh, I thought it was you were going with the fart concept, but I guess it's just just the rain. I was thinking you were going fart over poison idea instead of the acid rain idea. Honestly, I think the fart idea is kind of childless, so it warrants its own.
I'm gonna be real with you, real with you, Wulu. I can't catch anything you're saying at this very moment.
Okay.
Something about acid rain I got. It's
Yeah,
hard to
some
follow.
say
It's hard
dry.
to feel the specifics. But
Others feel the pain.
let's see. I do have the specific sheep we're talking about on hand.
Did you post it? I swear I have not seen it.
Probably not. I don't think I've posted half the sheep I made. I'm saving them back. I don't want to flood the things with content, but sometimes I forget. Know what I mean?
Self-restraint in my Christian friend group? Impossible. I don't believe it.
My files are too powerful for Discord. Wait, that's because that's a CSP file.
Oh my god. You're about to post a 500 megabyte PNG. Watch out.
There he is. I'll put him up on screen too, so people can see.
why- Yeah, I like him. He's cool. I like those horns.
Yeah, horns are alright. They're not as good as the other horns, though.
I disagree emphatically. I think those horns are nice. They have a vibe to them. And that vibe is cool.
Okay. I forgot to color the line art on his face. I'm just seeing that now.
I promise you it will not stand out to anyone but you. It does not look improper.
But I'm the one that matters most.
Oh, my bad. Apologies. You're right. I take it all back.
I guess I should just start lining this guy. Actually, I should probably draw a strap over his chest.
You keep that thing on him?
Yeah, to keep that thing on him.
I see.
For his shield. What's going on now with Wooloo? Are we trying something new?
Oh, I'm so worried. The silence after that is so stressful, dude.
What?
Oh, you sound great.
Oh.
Oh, never mind.
Oh.
I take it back. I got my hopes up. I'm sorry.
This is really hurting my self-confidence, guys.
You know what?
I'm just...
Your self-confidence should be hurt. I'm sorry, but this one is no
My
good.
human voice modulation app is acting up.
What we don't know is Woo is actually a beautiful young lady in her mid-20s, posing as a young man.
I got Wooloo as my avatar. What do you think?
Is Wooloo agreed on as female?
I don't know, but all the
I
art
don't-
I'm seeing it seems to think it is.
I have no idea.
I was
what
gonna
a
say I
Woo
haven't
is.
seen any art for it.
It's a cute Pokemon. There are plenty of Digitos and other things. Ugh.
Do you have a way to like listen to yourself through your microphone?
I'm just gonna just kind of keep on messing with my settings and keep myself quiet for now. Okay.
Okay, I think it is slightly better. So what you're doing might be in the right direction.
Okay.
My God, I've got so many things open. Hopefully I don't crash my stream. Alright, I might as well just start lining this guy, I guess. Connor says you can't find me on Discord. I don't really use Discord except for cases like this anyways, so you're not missing anything. I only use it for talking to buddies and stuff. And even then, only rarely.
It might be nice to basically for growing a community. The backbone of tabletop gaming is community. You can't really play a game by yourself, so it might be something to look into the future for things for people to do, like talk about rulings or to share their own modules or character creators or ideas. It says something like that. You gotta subscribe, Star, but there are plenty of people who would like to see something beyond that. I don't know. How am I sounding now, guys?
I could understand what you were saying for the most part.
Like what I'm saying literally, or what I'm saying as the word, as the point I'm making.
I could understand the words that came out of your mouth.
Okay, so I'm just talking gibberish then. Talk about it.
Now you're talking gibberish. You're also
Wow.
still kind of peaking the
Yeah.
audio.
Okay. Maybe I just need to talk quieter.
And maybe move it away from your mouth a little bit.
I'm using headphones.
Are they not adjustable?
Maybe I should just get adjustable headphones. The mic is right on the ear.
But to your point, yeah, eventually I'd like to have a Discord for something like that, but I just hate using Discord for anything but directly talking to people.
Is it like the function in it of it, or is it the whole? It's not all that.
I hate the format of it all. I hate that I have to keep up with a bunch of different channels and everybody's posting different things everywhere, and it's basically like a big collection of chat rooms that you have to pay attention to and monitor and like constantly do this stuff.
Mm-hmm. And funnily enough, you just end up just piling up servers that you're never going to use anyway because you just want to see what's happening one time. Then don't get me started on the fact that sometimes the creators exclusively lock news behind Discord.
Alright, now that one I couldn't follow.
Oh, sometimes people when they're making like games or animation projects, they say if you want to get updates, follow us on Discord. So you basically have to check it every time if you want to make sure that there's news or something.
Yeah, that's annoying. I hate that. Discord is always just kind of a cluster.
Mm-hmm.
Every Discord I've always been on, it's like, I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do there.
Like, am I supposed to start a discussion? Like, am I in the middle of something?
Like, what's the etiquette? If I want to, like, post images or drawings that I've done, what do? Do I just throw them up there?
Typically, I've seen people with basically an art channel specifically. And almost everyone has an obligatory meme channel.
Yeah,
like,
a lot of the channels seem really redundant most of the time to me.
Like General 1, General 2, General 3, someone just is really lazy at naming things.
Yeah, why don't you put memes in general? Why isn't that a thing? Are they not general?
Funny enough, there's actually a meme about that. Like, stop posting memes in general. Like, I don't think anybody really cares about it, but you know, that's the whole point of the joke.
Yeah, I just really don't get Discord. I have seen some people talk about fun ways to use Discord to like promote a game though. So I'd like to try some. Just I'm gonna need like help. Because I don't have the time or the patience to really do it all myself.
I can understand that.
What the hell? That was almost perfect. Talk like that the whole time.
Yeah, but it was just... I just was speaking through my nose. I guess I have a bad habit of speaking from my chest.
Okay.
Funnily enough, I knew about this technique and only really used it for singing. But I guess it can help.
Yeah,
I just want to say, Discord is unhinged and there is no etiquette. So you can just do whatever.
At everyone.
That makes it worse. There should be some kind of etiquette. I don't know.
I guess that's what the rules pages are for.
Man, I'm an introvert. I need to have rules. Especially for social interaction.
But the great thing about it is you can set the terms of your engagement. And because it's online, if they don't like your terms, they can just leave. It's awesome. That sounds an awful like you're trying to get a duel, trying to challenge someone to a duel. Like, here are the terms of engagement. No, someone just walked away. I wonder why you just did that. Like, I don't need to defend my honor from you. I had insulted your dad. Well, like the thing is, typically you don't start talking to somebody saying like these are the rules of our engagement. However, if you did, it would definitely set the scenario straight, I think. I also wanted to chime in. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to take it on a little bit of a tangent, but I did Dice Bag. Will there be any room for for duels in your in Creatures?
Oh hell
there
yeah!
has to be, right? Yeah.
Creature duels are gonna be like how the nobility settle disputes.
Okay, and if you're not nobility, how would you go about like challenging one to a duel? Like, imagine like some pensioners just go up and say, "I want to fight you. You kicked my dad."
Honestly, I think assault and battery would probably be like how I would go about it personally.
In what
Just
sense
say-
are we talking about?
I mean, like
you
if
try to.
you start hitting them, they are in the duel whether they want to be or not. So
Well,
Yeah, if you can just get past the guards, you deserve to duel the noble.
now I'm getting lost. What are we talking
is
about?
that inappropriate? Can I? I don't. Maybe that's
Did you
too
break the
much.
rules of engagement?
Oh yeah, big time. And it's not online, so they can't just log off.
Well, they can, but the thing is, when you log off on life, you can't log back on.
When you log off in life, you log off in the game, dude.
That makes me wonder about there are like a few Twitter accounts that talk about the state of famous people, but I'm wondering in the future how many accounts are just going to be people who have died.
Quite a few.
Like how many
There are probably already a
Like,
lot of
there's a-
accounts of people who are just dead, which is kind of weird,
Guarantee
but
it.
I feel like at some
what if,
point. Go ahead.
I was just saying, and to what if there was like a creator that was anonymous and he suddenly just died and people did and nobody knew about it. Like people ask when someone hasn't posted it in a long time, did you die? Like they actually expect them to answer.
Yo, I've done that actually. Like I've had a bunch of artists, and it's happened to me more than one time. I've had artists that I've really liked and I've drawn inspiration from, and then out of nowhere they'll just stop posting anything, and like a year or two will pass, and I'll be like, "What happened to that one artist?" And I'll go to their page and I'll be like, "Hey, are you okay?" And of course, I never get like confirmation back because I'm a nobody. But I always wonder.
This is my reality.
I know of at least one artist that has died. And like if you go on his page, there's always a bunch of like sad emojis in the comments for all his stuff.
Oh,
Man, it's such
well,
a
that's
bummer.
depressing.
But-
Yeah, it's such a bummer.
And
Yeah,
it's like a
death will do
majority of... Death does tend to be somewhat depressing.
This is a little bit.
I think that if you take the amount of people who use the internet frequently but never produce content, meaning text posts or DMs or images, which is much, much greater than the amount of people who do, there are probably an astounding number of accounts that are technically active and owned, but the account owner is dead. I don't know if that made any sense. I'm eating a
don't-
yogurt. It's delicious.
I don't know that they'd be considered active.
Well, I mean, like they were active.
I
They
heard-
were active accounts.
They haven't been deactivated, you mean?
Yes. Thank you.
Like like necromancy. Like what's the? I know there's like The Walking Dead. What's another word? Oh, instead of undead, it's undeactive.
Well, didn't they do that with Jim Lee? Is that his name? The
Stanley?
comic author. Stanley. There we go.
Yeah, they used his freaking Twitter account to promote something, didn't they?
They straight up did necromancy on the man. It was not okay.
Yeah, digital necromancy. That's the
Digital
next
necromancy.
horror.
I I'm sure as a techno lich you'd like that dice bag.
I bet they're trying to use AI and everything. The
Whoa, wait,
digitally
didn't they-
necromancer.
They also CGI'd that one actress who died in that Star Wars film, right?
Yeah, Princess Leia.
So she's not only did they use they they basically just reappropriated her dead husk for use in a film alongside her voice.
Yeah, it's pretty
I don't
screwed
know.
up.
They could have just recast her. Like, people used to do that in movies all the time, and like, since practical effects almost always look better than special effects, no one would care. But no, they had to put themselves in legal jeopardy by reanimating the lifeless image of Carrie Fisher.
I mean,
I had to remember her name for a second.
This might be a bit controversial, but it is kind of cool. Like, it is pretty sick in both senses of the word that they were able to do that. Probably very immoral, but very cool.
Yeah, it's cool the same way the Terminator is cool. Like, yeah, he can do a bunch of stuff, but he's still gonna kill you.
That's kind of the problem with live action stuff that's long running, isn't it? The actors always get old. It's not like it's not like cartoons or whatever where you can have something running for years and years without the characters aging.
Well, that's the problem. I don't see why Hollywood can't just recast. Like, no, we gotta have star power, even when the star is literally dead.
Well, recognizability is a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, I like to think that I am not this way, but I really like getting into media where it's already within my comfort zone. And if I know the actors or I know the characters or something like that, well, then I find it much more easy to take a chance on. Which is kind of the reason why new IPs are so hard, is because people just like what they know they like.
It's part of the problem we're facing now in media.
People are just so afraid of wasting their time, even when they know that the stuff that they're getting is subpar in the long run. They're going to be wasting much more time and much more happiness participating in something that they know they used to love, but in the end, it was either distorted because of media conglomerates, wokeness, or anything else, or it just suddenly dies out. That people are afraid to basically try new things or even make new things. So I guess people aren't afraid of making new things. That's one of the problems. There's so many things out there that people don't know what to try.
Yeah, I've kind of heard it said that pop culture is dead because there's like no specific thing that people kind of can latch onto because there's so much stuff out there.
I don't know about that. I mean, just being out in the world, there are tons of people who like hashtag current trend. And I always used to think that it wasn't that way because, you know, my own personal opinion is usually things that are popular aren't very good. But I've come to the conclusion that people will just watch it because it is popular.
They
and
definitely
the amount of
will.
My dad
is high.
I remember my dad was there for the first premiering of the Star Wars films, and he watched it, and when he was young, in his opinion, and he thought that it paled in comparison to Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Old Star Wars or something else? I'm sorry, I failed to follow.
Yeah. So when my dad, he's like in his 50s, yeah. So
yeah,
when he was young, he watched the premiering of the first Star Wars film, like the first time it was released in theaters, and when he watched it, he didn't really like it at the time because he thought it was that it was basically like a knockoff Close Encounters of the Third Kind, like because they both have aliens.
How does it have anything to
No.
common
He has
just
a
because
point.
it has
I
aliens?
don't know.
They both have aliens.
Oh man, I hate that mentality. Oh, they both have aliens. No, Star Wars is space fantasy. And it has no similarities to Star Trek either. Star
But
Trek
have you
is
considered-
pure
Like,
sci-fi.
both of them don't have aliens and laser guns.
I don't want to bust your bubble here, but have you considered that both properties predominantly feature aliens?
So
like,
what?
It's pretty. Like, I don't know how you're not seeing this. They're basically the same thing. It's
Story structure is completely different. Theming is completely different.
They also both have spaceships.
They're both in space. They're the same. They have star in the title.
And oh yeah, this is a big one. The main characters in both series are humans. Like, I mean, come on, it's the same. Let's be real.
How could I
Well,
have
give me-
thought
it'll-
otherwise? I don't know. What is this thumb? It ain't right. That's what it ain't.
Bobby,
Yeah.
that thumb ain't right.
Since then, my dad has kind of changed his dude. He really likes Star Wars now.
Does he like the new Star Wars?
No, I don't think so. He thought it was kind of meh.
I know a lot of
Uh,
people who like the new Star Wars.
I know a few, yes.
So
I
I'm
thought it
kind
had
of
like some
surprised.
funny moments, but looking back on it, I don't have any taste. So, yeah.
Wait, why would you say that about yourself? Oh no.
Come on, I understand that it's not good as a film, but I don't watch films that often, so I don't know really what makes a good film. So when I see a film that's moderately good, it is like, not like the new Star Wars, but like like I don't know, like one of those like if I see like the Ten Commandments, that movie, I see this script and everything. This is actually really good production. But I just have like I said, it doesn't. Everybody says it doesn't age well, so I can't say that I have very good taste.
I see. Do you know what movie was great? The
What?
wife and I
Yeah.
went out to watch the new Puss in Boots film a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yeah, that was
And
me. That was amazing.
That was really good. It filled a lot of the like spots on the form of things that I want from a film that I have not, because
And
I don't watch
actually-
movies a lot just in general, but the Puss in Boots film, it was just fun. You know, like
it was also a really good story as well. It was an actual hero's journey. Like the thing about hero, they have to be weak strong, but most of the time, films try to think they're writing character consistently if they have a character that's constantly strong. Like I don't need anybody to help to help me because I'm already super amazing, and they're like a total jerk, and they try to play off like they're actually the good guys, or they make them like super weak. Like, oh, I don't want to. I don't want to talk back to this guy. He's mean. Oh, please come save me, supporting character.
I mean, like, I'm not a big film buff. I'm not even like a real big stories man in general, despite enjoying them. However, When I watch the film, it does have that like normal hero's journey thing going on for it, but even beyond that, just like as a passive spectator, as a passive viewer, I'm just like, this is fun. It's not trying to be anything more than something that is enjoyable, and it was really nice.
That's good to know.
I think the mark of a good story is that when you look back on it, you don't really see it as a story. You just look back into it and say, "Man, that was a great time."
Yeah, I mean, like we're in the theater. All four of us, my wife and two other people, because theaters are dead now. And afterwards, we're just like, yeah, we laughed. We laughed at a funny kids film. It was great.
Yeah, I'm not a big movie guy myself.
What's the last film you saw?
Good question. Jurassic Park Dominion, because I was hanging out with my parents and we didn't know what to watch.
I didn't even know that was a thing. What is that?
Or no, Jurassic World Dominion, excuse me.
Is Jurassic World just like half of the title, or is there another Jurassic World that is just Jurassic World?
What?
Like, is Jurassic World the new Jurassic Park that was released? Or are there like two Jurassic Worlds? And Dominion is like a sequel.
Dominion is a sequel.
Oh, I see.
I don't know, it might be the third one. I haven't been keeping track because I don't care. I've just come to accept the fact that I don't really like movies that much.
I see.
But I always feel like the format of movies where it's just kind of like a few hours long, it's just not enough for me to get invested in it.
I agree with you 100%.
For stuff that's like multiple parts, I'm down with that. So I love like Lord of the Rings and Star Wars and stuff like that. But if it's just a standalone thing, I'm like, why bother? I'm gonna sit down and waste 2 hours of my life to get invested in something that's not going to continue.
True.
Well, I guess that's why things always make sequels. They expect that if people think that there are multiple parts to the story, they'll have more of an audience, and so not just for that film, but also for the first film as well. Like, oh, you want to see, like, I don't know, Cinderella 2? Well, sit back. You better sit back and see the first one.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the plot line to Cinderella 2? Hold on, is that a thing?
I literally have no idea. I just know that it exists. There's also a Cinderella 3, which I actually heard is much better than Cinderella 1. And some contend that it's much better than Cinderella 2. And some even contend that Cinderella 3 is better than Cinderella 1.
All right.
Dude, I don't understand pop culture.
Pop culture is corporate. That's all there is to it. Can we make money off normies? If yes, do.
I wish everything had such a simple flowchart. That sounds great.
At least that's what it used to be.
Yes, make money. There's no way this plan will backfire.
I mean, that's kind of, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who you are, it has been backfiring recently, hasn't it? It's just people are no longer interested. People have become like neats, except for movies.
Like
well, they're no longer seeking money. They're doing things that they know isn't going to sell. For one thing.
Yeah, I've heard an interesting analysis of this, that the people that are pursuing things like pursuing message more than money aren't people that are just like super virtuous. They're basically like middle managers.
Oh,
They push it from because of pressure from the top end. They say if they fire me, it's because of all the good work I did, and from the to bottom end. And oh, look at all the plebeians! They'll love me now that they think I'm one of them.
They'll love me if they think that I'm one of them.
Middle managers are definitely a cancer.
Okay.
I'm telling you, Dice Bag Games,
Just
we're gonna treat them like garbage when this becomes a real thing.
At least you treat them.
Remind me never to apply for your LLC.
But look, if you're a designer or something, you'll be like royalty. But if you're just a pencil pusher,
get rid of a rival, you just get them promoted.
What?
Like if you want to get rid of a rival for a designer rival for a project, just say a lot of good things about them, so they get promoted to middle manager and they can't do anything.
I feel like DICE wouldn't be the type to promote somebody that's good at their job beyond their station.
If I was going to promote somebody, it would probably be like
Himself.
into an authoritative role that's still hands-on.
So nothing like environment and administrative specialist or something like that.
Yeah, you are our lead designer. Have fun being the...
Yeah, exactly. A promotion would be the lead designer. It wouldn't be supervisor. It wouldn't...
You got more things to design.
And what else? Friggin' bean counters. Screw those guys.
As
those
a
are
bean
behind
counter, I need to lobby for my job. There are
Okay.
beans that need to be counted.
How do you feel about microtransactions?
How do I feel about microtransactions? I love them. I need more of them. How do I incorporate a microtransaction into putting on your shoes? That's my job answer. My real answer is death. I hate them.
Death.
So, I have an idea. Instead of just a bunch of little microtransactions, let's have the same amount of transactions, just make them really big. Let's call them major transactions.
Dude, I love macro
Just take
transactions.
all the work.
Macrotransactions are just like premium skins.
$100 for the
Like
premium
you spend
skin.
$50 on a special limited edition skin or something. That's a macrotransaction right there.
What game are you playing where you can spend $50 on a skin? And how do I join that studio?
Have you seen the stuff they sold on like World of Warcraft sometimes?
No, I haven't. Is it that bad?
Some of it's pretty crazy.
Jesus.
Loot boxes are just modern claw machines, except worse. Like you don't get. They're like. Imagine if there was loot boxes for like NFTs. How terrible that is. That's basically what you get for a game, except you don't even get to keep it.
You know, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't hate microtransactions in a vacuum. I do think you have to specifically design the game in a way that they're not scammy, though. Like collectible card games. Collectible card games are an example of microtransactions that were before microtransactions were a thing, and they weren't like all bad. I like the collectability aspect.
I like the in that thing you can keep it. It's not just like oh man, yeah. Well, I guess it's similar to Gacha. But with collectible card games, you get something out of having a lot of cards even if some of them are useless. You still need 60 cards to make a deck, but with Gacha, you're only going to be using like four new heroes on your team for like 4 minutes at a time before you just discard them and never want to use them again.
Hold on, have you seen Nike though?
What?
That game is blessed. The women, they jiggle. It's great. I'll destroy my bank account for that one any day.
Go ahead. Didn't you say that you had a wife?
She also loves Nike. What are you talking about? We're in this together.
Don't expose Nike.
Oh, is that how you're supposed to pronounce it?
Yeah, like goddess of victory.
This is.
Don't expose him to that.
This is. I'm
No.
exposed, or I have been.
No, I had to deal with that
Been shown as a
firsthand from a
fraud.
friend.
Wait, really?
Yes, he's like, oh, you've seen these ads, right? And then he just opened up his
Whoop.
phone and whipped it out, and I'm like, what?
Whipped it out.
What's-
Oh,
Yeah,
don't
on
worry,
his phone.
don't
What are we
worry.
saying
The
here?
euphemisms are appropriate.
Was it good though? Because I've actually never
No!
played this game. Oh man.
It plays itself.
Look, the biggest problem with gacha games is that most of them suck.
Oh yeah.
And hell, not even most of them. I don't think I've found one that's actually good gameplay-wise.
I think the closest is Genshin, and Genshin's pretty boring. And that's coming from someone who's put a lot of hours into Genshin.
It's just
Like, if
the
Genshin had
waifus, right?
directional combat, it would be fine.
Yeah, I've been
Is
playing
Magic
like
the Gathering Arena or any of those other cards that technically gacha,
say
like
what?
card video games? Or is Magic the Gathering Arena or any of those other?
Well, I
Are
mean,
there
Having
like
never-
card-based video games? Are they technically gacha?
I mean,
I would say
trading card
technically,
games are
but not in what's
trading card games
No,
are
they
the
don't have the
original
same
form
aura.
of gachas.
yeah.
They're proto gachas. They're pretty much the same exact thing.
They were popular around the same time as the actual, like, you know, turntable machines or whatever the fuck they're like, the physical gacha machines.
Turntable machine. Yo,
I don't know
DJ.
what they're, you know the capsule ones.
Is that like the
Yeah, I do know
You
exactly
turn,
what
you
you're
turn it
talking
like a
about.
dial, and then the capsule
is
comes
that
out.
like the
Like-
Yeah, that's literally
They're like
what
gumballs for
gacha.
toys.
is that like
That's
the
gachapon.
Australian version of a claw machine? You know this. For a second I was just wondering. Alright, is this the mythical turntable machine, the Australia version of a claw machine? I mean the
No,
machine that has
these
a claw
are-
attached to it.
I know,
These are real.
Vending machines.
How old are you, Woo?
No, I literally just woke up. I'm just trying to think of a way to talk about the dial to turn like gumball
I know
machines.
I know what they are. I was making a joke. I was just saying for a second. But if you were wondering, I'm in my early 20s. I will not get any more specific than that. Am I just the baby of the group or something?
I don't know. You're
Yes.
all kind of babies to me.
I'm around the same age bracket, my dude.
Oh, baby brothers together.
Highly suspicious. I don't trust anybody that's got a 2 preceding their age.
Tuxedo Blackfoot is saying, today boobs have seemingly been removed from more games than I ever expected. Boobs cannot exist. Beautiful women must be disappeared.
Yeah, nobody likes beautiful women anymore. It's all about beautiful men.
That
Now's
has
our
been a
time,
trend
fellas.
For about as long as I have been conscious of game design.
Well,
That's not a new thing,
I'm gonna say
unfortunately.
something
Dice Bag
controversial.
Games is gonna undo that trend. I'm telling you. I'm
Oh
telling
damn!
you.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the ginger chips? Damn.
I want you to know, as
These are
a
massive.
finish the sentence. Don't cut out right there. Oh, I hate
What was
you.
he gonna say? I need to know.
Oh my god.
Dale went
Very
to take
good.
some private time after Chloe was brought up.
Ginormous
I don't need a name. I just need a
Gohan
JPEG.
She has a name.
Names aren't important, the JPEGs are.
Jesus Christ.
Let me see if I can bring up a picture of her. We got a bunch of folders open and none of them are on the right thing. Characters, there we go, there's Chloe. Okay, that's the image. Yes. She's a good girl.
How long is it gonna take for you to sell your IP and then have it be ruined by people who hate?
Yeah, when are you
your
selling out to
original vision?
Hasbro?
Yeah, when are you gonna sell to Hasbro?
So, Hasbro is like my nemesis. Why would I sell to
Selling
them?
your soul to Hasbro.
I'm gonna eat their
Um,
freaking lunch. I'm gonna get them out of business. They are gonna die. I will
But you say
thrust
that,
my
but I
sword
mean,
into their corpse and pull it in and out several times.
Gary Gygax still sold out
wow,
to them.
vulgar.
Gary Gygax. I don't know about him.
That's
He's,
He didn't like Hasbro either.
he
He
didn't.
still sold
what's
out to
your-
them when his company went out of business.
That's very that's very
Bankruptcy
visceral.
will do that to you.
That's true.
That's very
What?
That's very visceral imagery for children's. That's very visceral imagery for a children's toy company like Stab Hammer creatively, even when they're already dead.
Well, I mean, like,
It's
Dice
like,
isn't a child.
It's like Maximilian Pegasus. Like, sure, makes toys, but he's so evil.
I'm just selling an actual murder machine
He
disguised as
doesn't
a
need
children's
those games.
I just want to revive my dead wife with ancient
Wait,
Egyptian
isn't that
necromancy,
basically the plot of
killing
Yu-Gi-Oh?
children.
oh, back to necromancy. Let's go.
I've completely lost where this conversation is going.
But I think the TLDR is that Hasbro's a
Oh, we're
bloodsucking.
talking about Maximilian Pegasus and Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, of course Hasbro is blood sucking.
What would your price be, Dice? How much would somebody have to offer you if they were just like, hey, I want your IP?
That depends. Am I done with it?
No.
Then I want to keep
Like,
it.
like you're you right now, and somebody comes to you and is like, I see what you're working on. I want it. How much would it cost?
Look, here's the thing.
It's like asking someone to sell you their baby. Like, you're not gonna do it until like they're good. Okay, it's like someone asking you if you can sell them their baby. Like,
No, I'm
you're
gonna
not
stop
do
you right
that
there. I'm gonna
stuff
stop
until
you
they're
right
old enough
there.
to make their own
Hold
decisions.
up, Wooloo. It's not. It's got nothing to do with that. It's got everything to do with what the hell would I do with that much money?
Okay.
So there is a price, and it is a lot.
It is a substantial sum.
You know what would happen? I'd say, okay, give me this much money, and it would be a very high sum. And then they'd take it, and I'd get the money, and then I'd be like, oh, but I was gonna spend that money making creatures. Too late, now I can't. If they just want to
certainly
give
you-
me the
Someone buys
money,
your
I'll
IP
make creatures for
the,
them, but they can't
for the
have it.
PDF of Mongolia.
This is like my entertainment.
Yeah, buy Liechtenstein.
What?
Liechtenstein.
I guess there's like other games I could make, but like I really
And
want to
you
make
just
creatures
use that
though.
money and you start.
What were you saying?
You use that money to start a completely new IP, but it's just you use that money you get to create a totally new IP, except it's just creatures with an EA instead of a Y. You just sell it correctly that time.
But
You
that's
just wait
already a
just
game.
wait for the
Or are they gonna show you? Use a different name.
No, hear us out. You wait for the creatures as it is currently just bought out, right? To come out. You watch it. You observe where its flaws are, where its boons are, what works in the market, what doesn't, and then you just make it but better. That's what you do with all that money.
I don't give a shit. I don't
Just
care
make
You
about
just
the
pull a
market.
you just pull a Pathfinder. You just make the product and just go, yep, it's something different, but it feels the same niche, and it's like this, but just better.
But here's the thing, I don't care about filling the niches. I make my decisions based on what I want. I'm literally making games for myself. That's the whole point
What
of
if you
this.
want to fill the niche?
But I don't want
But he
Fill
to.
doesn't
the
want to
niche.
fill a niche.
Fill the
I want to
niche.
make games because nobody makes games the way I like them to be made.
This is true. I've watched.
Which
your
is the only
streams.
reason
you
you
are
actually
pretty
need.
particular.
Yes, that is the best reason to make games as far as I'm concerned. That's the best reason to do anything creative, is to do it in a way that you want it to be done. Because otherwise you're just half-assing it. You're just gonna do it in the way that people
Might as well just
will
hire
accept.
a ghostwriter.
That's how I feel about Street Fighter 5.
Mhm.
That's why I stopped playing it. Feels bad, man.
Okay. I don't know
Because
what
you're
that
not
has to
making
do
it?
with anything, but you
No,
do
I'm just
you.
saying that they half-tasked it for the money.
Oh,
They went whole
Man.
hog on the income machine, and the game
Blood
as a
Bowl
result
fans
was
right
bad.
now.
Oh, is the new one not good?
It's very much just a money making scheme.
Oh no.
Like
Is it
there are a lot of
laden with
content.
microtransactions?
Yeah, and a lot of the content is built into the game from day one, just locked behind a paywall.
Oh,
Some
boy.
people even tried using the in-game shop to buy the microtransactions, and it wouldn't even work. It's just a mess.
I think that should be punishable by the death penalty.
a lot more things
That's
should
my
be
hot
punishable by death penalty.
Specifically disrespecting your IP. Like you get a board of executives that decide whether or not you live or die at the end of the first month of sale.
Wait,
So,
what?
literally 27% users on Steam appreciate Blood Bowl 3. Of those who reviewed it.
There's
it is,
3 of them?
It is 27% out of 853.
That's not good.
It's not good at all. Well, as its predecessor, Blood Bowl 2 is like very, very positive.
So they had a high goal to achieve.
Yeah, Blood Bowl 2 is like.
But
not
then they
even- is
also
less than
just
half
had
the price.
the thing that achieved it already, so they could have just built off of that.
Oh yeah, all they needed to do was get the same game, but then update the graphics, and it would have sold like hotcakes.
Yeah, like
Like right now,
I-
Blood Bowl 2 is $30 in my country, like 30 AUD. That's incredibly cheap for a video
What's that,
game.
like $2 in our money?
like 20.
About 20, 23.
Okay.
$23. Well, there's Blood Bowl 3, which is still cheap for a video game here, $43.95. So that's like what, $30?
Yeah, that is
That's
Everything
still
I
very...
pretty
know
cheap for a
about-
video game, but man, not worth it from what I've seen.
Everything I know about Blood Bowl people too is just
I
like,
like the
They're
idea
old.
of
they're nerds. They'll
They're old
take
nerds.
anything.
They're like 80-year-old men. Fantasy football is a weird niche,
I like
I
the
mean, I
idea
like it.
of
but it's weird.
I like the idea. Yeah. Wait a minute, you're Australian. What do you know about football except soccer?
Okay, hang on. We have our own football here too, thank you. In fact, we have 2 different leagues.
You guys have never even been
It's
to the
called
Super
rugby.
Bowl. What do you know about football?
So yeah, we've got the annoying thing is that whenever we get Brits over, because you know football is soccer for them, whenever we talk about Australian football, they specifically say it's not football, it's AFL. It's like the F stands for football. It's they're both types of rugby, but they've got different rules. Like one of them's a lot less rough. One of them's a bit more, like.
One of
friendly.
them's for pussies, one of them's for real men.
Yeah, and then the
And
other
ironically,
form of rugby is think of gridiron, but without the protection and with a little bit more, let's not beat each other's skulls in. Just only a little bit though. It's kind of an in between. Doesn't stop people from beating each other's skulls in though.
Freaking British don't know what
People's-
football is.
People's
Well, I mean,
skulls
according
do
to
be
the
being
world,
beaten in.
football is soccer, so I think we're outnumbered on that one, Chief.
Most of the world doesn't even speak English, so they can call it whatever the hell they want.
But it's a direct translation to football. And
I
a
don't
lot
care.
of the time it sounds like it too, like football.
Honestly,
I don't like that.
I don't care about
That's
sports
what
ball
I find
anyways.
funny about the like robotic.
What was that? You lost me on that
How
one.
did it just get so quiet? Okay.
We're
One of the
just trying
things
to
that
understand.
I think is weird about like Romanized Japanese. Oh, sorry. Are you talking about me?
I think. What's going on?
Okay, sorry.
Who's talking?
Sorry, I just got really quiet for a minute. Okay, so
We're
now
waiting
that
on you.
the spotlight is on me, one of the things I think probably weird about about Japanese words when they're like transliterated in English, they just have so many useless letters. Like if the languages of English and Japanese are not compatible, just drop the extra T. You can see that the S makes the sound anyway.
Well, I mean, like they can't. Like, I don't know if you've learned another language at all, but there are things that you just, if you are not trying to speak another language, the sounds just don't work in your brain.
Yeah, and the whole point of it is so that there are easier ways to say it in Japanese without just learning the whole language of English.
I mean,
Like,
it'd be
it's
cool.
a halfway.
I wouldn't be upset if Japanese kicked the bucket, but like, they just can't. Well,
Come
they
on,
could.
it's better than
practice.
Chinese.
Why do
To
you think
clarify,
Japanese?
the language, to clarify.
I didn't say the
Japanese
Japanese
is an alright
people. I
language.
said Japanese. You know what? I'm gonna be controversial, right? The Japanese language is way worse than the Chinese language because they couldn't pick one. They were like, do we do pictographs or do we do an alphabet? And they were like, oh, I'm so indecisive. Let's do both. But not only did they do both, they were like, all right, let's do one
do four of
alphabet, an alphabet for foreign things, and then we'll do pictographs, but also we'll use Roman letters because you know what? Why make a decision and stick with it?
See, but
Chinese
that makes it
is
easy
far
to translate.
It sounds better than Chinese, though.
You are
yeah.
correct.
The Chinese is Chinese is yeah. The Chinese
is that
people
the
are
big
much
deal?
better at picking a language. They're so good at language that they're trying to just stop one out as we're speaking.
Yeah, you're right. They only had two languages, while as Japanese has different alphabets in one language.
I'm anti-Japanese.
I'm anti-French.
The language, to clarify.
Hey, what do you mean?
I wasn't talking about the language. No, actually, I was talking about the language. No, French is nasty. I hate the sound of French.
You're alone on this one, so You know, the reason why English is so weird is because the French actually like colonized England. Like English is basically Germanic in origin, but due to like the French people ruling over the English for so long, we have all those weird words. Like, you know, the word for pork and sirloin. Like sirloin is a really French-sounding word. The reason why we have different names for the food as opposed to the animals because that too was because the RSVP is an acronym for something in French, but it's because the rich people in France would get all the meat that the English people were farming. So honestly, the French government owes England reparations.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
I would say
most...
if anyone's owed reparations, it is definitely the English for the wards in their own sea that the French have just been fishing in for how many years?
No, the English just need to get good. If they can't stop the French, then the French deserve it. Like, you literally have...
Yeah, how to solve
the-
international politics. Good.
I mean,
Yeah. The Britons being conquered by William. Oh yeah, get good. It's a skill issue.
Ultimately,
yeah, it's
yeah.
unpopular, but it is.
You know what? That's actually fair. War is just a skill issue.
If you were good, you wouldn't have gotten conquered, etc., etc.
I want to say this is a funny meme, but there are
Sure, we
literally
have,
tribes that are
sure, we
still
have
in
a
the
whole-
goddamn Stone Ages because they haven't been conquered because they've been that good.
I mean, quality of
Yeah,
life might not be the best, but they were
Yeah, but their
indeed good.
warfare,
I don't know
they
that
seem to.
it's their
Good old
ability with
boys.
warfare that's actually keeping them that way. It's more probably our lack of desire to just wipe them off the face of the earth.
Nah, man, I don't want to get stabbed by a spear in 2023. That sounds awful. I'm not. I won't go to war for that. They win.
But would you
Take it from
send a
someone whose
drone
country
to
went to
do
war
it?
with birds.
They keep taking out the drones with their bolos. They're just too good.
Yeah, okay.
They can't be stopped.
They're taking out the stealth bomber drones with their bolos. I'm sure.
Okay,
I'm
I don't
sure.
know.
They gotta.
Listen,
not
man,
let
when
these
you're the
guys in
shaman who
baseball.
can call the lightning, I don't think a drone is gonna goddamn matter.
It's like Age of Empires, and they just
Yeah.
picked up the wrong
Yeah.
tree.
That's what happens when you get, like, what's his fucking genocidal Gandhi.
Genocidal Gandhi.
Thanks, Civ. Very fun.
I'm sure he had opinions that would not be approved of today.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially about the British.
Oh yeah, he said that people should own
No,
guns.
those would be approved of opinions today.
Gandhi
those are
was
fine.
pro-gun,
That's true.
actually.
Well, everyone's
Yeah,
Gandhi
pro-gun
actually was
until they're
pro-gun.
in a position
because he's
where
like
they
a
could be used
pacifist.
against them.
Yep, pretty much.
Skill issue.
It's a skill issue. Personally,
You can't use
I
guns here. This is Call
I
of
think we should
Duty.
return to Monkey.
We should return
Everyone
to
should-
Monkey?
Yeah, we should be carrying short swords around. That is a based form of self-defense. It's not
I don't like
cowardly
it.
either.
No, I like cowardice.
would happen if you-
personally?
I remember like when people talk about like evolution stuff, they talk about a million monkeys given infinite amount of time and typewriters would break the time works Shakespeare. I'm just like they're just gonna break the typewriters. You think they know what's gonna look at the typewriter like, this is nice. I want to press this button over again. They're not just gonna try to bash the other monkey in the head with it.
Nah, you see, an infinite number of monkeys would break an infinite number of typewriters. However, that same infinite amount of monkeys would also write all of Shakespeare's plays.
And an infinite amount
can
of them
have
would do
both.
both at the same time,
It is true.
But
which I think is hilarious.
They're highly skilled
infinite amount of
monkeys.
man.
It's like, oh no, this mass
Infinite amount of
destruction over all of reality and all of possibilities in time and space. Yo, but they wrote Shakespeare though. I can
We
barely
do
read
have
it,
a
but it's there.
serious monkey problem. There are far too many monkeys.
This is what happens when you break the
How are
time.
you getting so many
Time
monkeys
scale.
in the first place?
You just get a shit ton of monkeys that want to play with
Funny
typewriters.
enough, the question is,
You guys ever play Cookie
funny
Clicker?
enough, the argument,
Click on.
how do you get so many
No.
monkeys in the first place? Is,
Yes.
I feel like that's how you get an infinite number of monkeys, is through a Cookie Clicker inspired series of events.
What?
Well, you just you buy the grannies to
Monkeys
make
how
love
them
cookies.
That's how we
Yeah,
get. That's how we get infinite monkeys.
Yeah.
Is with Cookie Clicker.
Oh no, not with like you have to
It's-
take your
no.
Genuine
It's monkey
monkey.
tapper.
monkey. I don't like the way monkey
You
tapper
tap,
sounds
you tap the
phonetically.
screen, and the monkey taps the typewriter.
Oh.
That's my contribution to society.
And the goal is to write Shakespeare.
Yeah,
$1 million
happen someday.
game.
baby.
Cookie Clicker has probably made over $1 million. If
Oh
I
yeah,
had
that
to
dude's
guess.
probably rich.
I don't even know what it is.
It's an idle game.
It's okay.
It's
Might
you
talk
know,
about
like-
how
It's
how
not.
Flappy Bird was
Don't worry about it, Chief.
Yeah, you're
Don't worry,
better off.
I'm
for
not.
just click a
knowing.
cookie.
I've got real games to make. Who cares about
Oh, but those-
simple
do those
games
have
that make
cookies in them?
billions of dollars? I'm an artist. I do it for the love of the craft.
Ah, yes, the starving artist, comrade.
I would rather you weren't a starving artist.
Yeah,
Maybe
but, like,
make you
it's-
make a
it's
creature
not-
clicker.
Yeah,
Make
Yeah.
creature clicker to fund future creatures development.
I have thought about trying to make just some like
every time you
Really
click this button,
simple-
you give me $1.
thing that's creatures based, just
What's the goddamn-
as like a promotional thing, to have my name on something.
Reminds me of like Magic. Reminds me about how like in the Pokemon made the thing called the Magikarp Jump, and it was like wildly popular. Like you have one thing where it's just you only get one creature and it's kind of useless, but you gotta just make it do something really amazing by doing repetitive things over and over again. Like
Wait, what
something
is
simple
this?
like that.
Magikarp.
Or you can
Jump.
just make it like, oh, Magikarp Jump.
Oh,
You haven't heard
right.
of Magikarp Jump?
I've heard of this.
It was,
Yeah.
it was a mobile.
It was the mobile. It was
It's
the
like-
mobile. one.
It's like that
mobile
one
game where you,
Mario running game or something.
Oh, it was one of those.
no, it's completely different. You're training
Oh,
your Magikarp to you take on the Magikarp League and try to train your Magikarp to jump higher than everybody else's Magikarp. And if it evolves into Gyarados, you lose your Magikarp. You gotta get a new one.
Sounds
and
like a
also your
worse
Magikarp,
version of Duck
if you
Life.
hit it enough, it can actually be caught by a Pidgeot.
so like
But
if it
it
gets
has
caught by a
Magikarp and
Pidgeot, you
brain
win, right?
value.
I'm gonna repeat. This sounds like a worse version of Duck Life.
No, you
What
lose
is
your
Duck
Magikarp.
Life?
Oh, I didn't think you'd be that old.
You haven't heard of Duck Life? Okay, you gotta look up cool math games. You have
And no, he does. No,
no. He's the other. Wait. No.
no,
you're-
no. Hear me out. Let's keep it between us. You know, this is our precious thing now. No one else's.
Okay.
Right? This is our childhood here. We keep it.
Okay. There's no such thing as Duck Life. There's no such thing as Duck Life. You guys are crazy. Also, I've never heard
Oh,
of
that was
Gaslighting
completely-
before. What are you talking
One
about?
hell of a 180. Dice, I have a question about creatures though.
Yes.
So
we take questions about creatures. That's why I'm here. To take
big
questions
big
about
booba
creatures.
ginger lady, right?
Chloe. Yeah.
Yeah. Name's not important. What is important though is the name of the order. It's Viridian Order or something, right?
Right.
Oh wait, I got it right. Hell yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Because I can't find that on the goddamn wiki.
Oh, there's a page for it somewhere, but I don't know if it's public.
Like, it is also
Dice
likely I
somewhere.
spelt it wrong.
What?
Now, it is also likely I spelt it wrong.
Maybe.
Now,
Look up.
in addition,
Look up Julian's
Hey,
page.
guys,
It
I
should
was
say it a few
wondering,
times on there.
oh yeah, that one hyperlinks nice.
Dice Bag, I was wondering.
Yes.
Wiki seems pretty formulaic. I'm wondering if you're always looking for, you want to have complete creative control over your product creatures, right? But you also want to divvy up the work so that you can get more work done. I'm wondering if the wiki is one thing that you could potentially like hire someone to do for you. Like I'm pretty sure there's other people like I don't know, like on the fandom wiki or something that would love to do that kind of thing.
There is nothing that I love more than going to the Creatures wiki and not finding the most updated Creatures information. So I think this thing is something that Dicebag should
Got
never
its charm.
outsource.
See, my input on that would be if there are more people, if there are mod wikis, like wiki mods for the Creatures wiki, then we can't just bully Dicebag for any
Yeah.
errors.
And
Like,
that's important to me
Like
personally.
he can literally just go, oh no, it's mod A's fault, and then we'll be like, what? But it's yours, and he's like, no, I hired someone for this.
Well, you see, the main thing about hiring people is not that I don't want to give up any creative control whatsoever. It's that I don't make enough money yet to hire somebody.
That's what I'm saying, dude. You gotta start Creature Clicker.
Listen,
Make
listen.
millions.
Okay, consider us like your potential investors, right?
Okay.
Right, as part of the board of investors and shit, right? I
never
have
have one of those,
expectations from
but
this market, and my expectations is, where is the Amazon chick with the midriff showing and tan skin?
You need to make the fan.
well, I have to make the
That's on you.
barbarian leader before I get that far. Obviously, that chick is going to be part of the barbarian clan.
That sounds sick. Go ahead.
Yes.
Excellent
Oh,
follow-up
I'm in.
question, Dale. I
It's
love.
it's
Do
like
you?
Shark Tank?
What, did you think I was just not going to make Amazon chick?
Yes.
Honestly, I thought that would be the case, considering the target. Although I guess
Well, if I'm an investor, I'm also now a target of the audience. So, just saying.
Well, that's the point.
Hey, wait a minute. The Amazonians were Greek in concept, and they were most likely based on the.
I don't care about the real world history. I don't give a shit. I'm using it as a linguistic shorthand.
Ancient Greek pornography. We get it.
Well, what about Valhalla? What about? Well, it wasn't necessary for. I don't think it was pornography. They were just saw that. I'm like, oh hey, these women ride horses. The reason why
Let's
they're
be
able to
real.
fight.
It was
It's
just
because
the Greek
they're
equivalent of
able to
waifus.
fight is because-
Yes, that's subscribe.
Oh my god. I
Well,
love the idea of a
I
bunch
guess-
of
I
old
guess
Greeks
so,
being like,
but-
wow,
Yeah, I
that's
guess.
nice.
Yo, what about fit chicks though?
Well,
And then the other guy's like, yeah, no, I agree.
Oh yeah, and you know what else? She's like kind of tall.
Yeah, that's
And her skin tone's a little bit more olive than ours.
that's
Oh my
actually.
God. That's the good stuff, brother. After we finish making out, let's go draw
Yeah,
a little.
after we finish teaching our young boys how to be quote unquote men. After we engage in those kinds of actions, let's talk about the women.
I know.
Listen, if you were
This
a
is the
man in
most
ancient
cursed
Greeks, you
Yeah,
were
that's
straight.
I've ever been a part of.
Okay, how does this work?
Yeah, that's one of those things. Yeah.
History is weird. That's the summary.
Now let's please change the subject now.
What, you don't
Can we
like
change the
talking
subject
about the
now?
Greek
Can we
anymore?
go back to
There
the
are-
waifus instead of the
Yeah.
husbandos?
No,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
here
no,
for the
yeah, yeah.
husbandos, dang it. It's
I'm not.
It's
Okay,
been too
no.
long.
Good point. Where's the next hunk for creatures?
The what?
Have you? What do you mean?
I
There are
want
tons
Gamma.
of hunks
I
and
want
creatures.
no. I want like Gamagori, like big, strong man.
You know
like
what?
an
Yeah,
actual
I'm
brick
actually
wall.
with Dale. When do we get our like resident Zang?
Or the himbo, like Frog.
Yeah, he needs to look like Mr. X.
I'm not that big on muscles, especially drawing
He
them.
needs to look like
Honestly.
Oh, maybe you do need to hire some employees for the art team. Then.
it looks like he could take on 3 Arbro by himself. Arbro. It looks like someone who looks like they could take 3 Arbro by themselves with no creatures at all.
Yeah,
In a fight, though,
aren't
not
the
the other
furries
kind.
enough for you guys?
Nah, I'm not that into furries, dog.
Yeah, furries are lame.
Monster girls, yes. Furries, no.
Mm.
Furries
Where'd
are
you
just
draw the
like
line?
monster girls. Oh, hang on,
Monster
let me get
Girl
the
is
chart.
kind of like way worse. I feel like than furries in terms of just like weirdness.
Why is that?
Hang on.
I don't know.
weirdness, sure, but like furriness, no. It
Because
depends.
and I'm sorry if this is too vulgar, but they would still
It
have like
depends on how
monster
animorph
parts.
they look.
I think
Yeah.
that's part of the appeal.
That's part of the appeal.
Here's the chart.
Oh, you you have a chart.
Okay, new subject change. Let's talk about cheese.
Oh, that
What
chart.
do you think about cheese?
Okay.
Oh,
Why did you get this
I'm
chart
glad that
like
I can't.
seventh
My phone is
hand?
on sleep mode, so I can't see the chart.
Because I can't find the original.
Oh
It's been
my
passed
God.
around that much. It has been artifact to shit because it's just that widespread of a meme.
It's so good. Honestly, with stuff like this, the artifacting makes it so much better.
I don't know.
It's like ancient digital
I
stuff.
can't.
Yeah, when's there gonna be a sci-fi
I
thing
don't know
where they
what
like
it is,
have
but since my phone is on sleep mode right now,
what?
but I'm glad I don't see it. I don't know what it is, but it sounds ominous the way you guys were laughing at it, and how we were talking about furries earlier.
Okay, so
Oh,
it's
well.
like a 1 to
Moving on.
5
You guys
scale.
keep talking, pretend I'm not
of-
here.
It's like a 1 to 5 scale on like how furry.
Oh,
to
I think I
furry
know
you
what you're
can add
talking
animal
about.
features of. And it just ends with just
Yeah, I know.
Geo.
Mhm.
Fuck, I gotta
I
fucking-
can't
Mm.
copy styles very
Okay,
well
so
because
that's
I'm
a lot
not
more
a
tame than I was
professional
expecting.
artist. However,
Big mood.
I will try and draw
Something
you, if you would like, a buff fella
You should.
that would fit in Creatures. a real Chad
Oh, no.
individual.
Next time you guys do a Creatures gameplay stream, just put him in the background. Just
in the
hiding
middle of
in
the
the distance, like,
forest?
where's Wally? Yeah.
I've actually been working.
Where's Wally?
Yeah, that's what we call Waldo. over
it-
here, 'cause Wally's a normal ass name, while Waldo isn't.
I don't think he's
Waldo's
supposed
not
to
a
be
normal
It's
name
like-
in America
you
either.
see him on the
You
map,
know?
and there's like, okay, you
Yeah,
gotta
but
roll.
Wally is.
Yeah, so like Wally is you actually see him on the map, but to be able to actually for your character to notice him, you have to roll 2 d20s and get a nat 20 on both to be able to actually acknowledge him. It's like a 1 in 400 chance, and if you do it, he gives you like some special award, like a kiss on the cheek or something. I don't know.
You can get a very affectionate cuddle. It's only brief,
It's
though.
like he's
You know, it's better when they're beefy. They're softer.
very brief. He respects your space.
You know, part of the reason I don't have super beefcakes in Creatures is because the
This-
style is somewhat based on Pokemon.
Oh, Pokemon can have beefcakes.
Name the beefiest.
One thing I
Lieutenant
found that helps.
Surge.
One thing I found that
I mean, Machamp.
That
Oh,
is
no,
true,
That's a
actually.
creature.
there's Marshall.
That's the equivalent of an
There's-
Arbral.
Oh, there's Bruno in.
Machamp gets
There's
a human
there's
pass.
Bruno in. There's Bruno.
Rule 34 has to say anything about it. Machamp gets a pass.
Moving on.
That's all I'm saying. Who was that? There was like a fire gym leader that was pretty buff in like Gen 5, I think.
I actually can't think of any characters that were
There's
buff,
Crash
except for
Relief.
that one lady in the most recent game.
Oh, and then there was the ice
Oh.
guy. Isn't he pretty-
You mean the professor?
There's. You mean the hiker later?
No, it's just like a random NPC
No, the hiker lady.
Oh,
Yeah, the
There's,
hiker.
the freaking
Yeah,
bodybuilder
that's-
looking chicks that are just random NPCs.
Yeah.
I
There's
wouldn't
a
call them
bunch of
buff.
them.
I just call them large.
They're broady shouldered.
They're
Yeah,
definitely
but it's weird.
rectangular in silhouette.
They don't
She's a
appear.
brick.
They don't have very feminine
Owls.
bodies, if you know what I mean.
They're mighty. Letting it all hang
Oh, I might have just eaten my own words, but then I don't think this is the right model for the right head. This looks weird. Hmm.
What are we talking about now? I've completely lost the plot.
Oh,
It
I'm
was-
literally trying to find NPCs that are buff in Pokemon, but
Oh,
Yeah,
you were
there
talking
aren't
about how
many.
you were going to give me $100.
okay. First off, no.
Well, there's
Second off,
Bruno in Gen 1 games, like the one that was fighting.
I still think Marchamp counts.
Okay, so they don't count. So what about Marshall? What
I don't
about
remember who
Marshall
that
from
is.
Black and White?
Okay, I think I may have found our answer though. Milo. From,
Milo?
that atrocity, Sword and Shield.
Oh yeah.
He might
that-
actually be the beefiest of the lads.
Okay, but he doesn't actually have like muscle definition, does he?
No, but it's implied,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah,
okay. You
but
don't
he's-
have to define every rippling muscle. I just need a reason to draw it if I want to.
Yeah, he's one of the few good
Okay.
things from that game.
Let me
Without
ask
going
then.
too
I
far from
love the
sword.
fact that he just doesn't have a nose and no one acknowledges it.
That's anime for you, though. to be
Lots of
fair.
them don't have noses.
Brock don't even have proper eyes.
Milo looks great, by the way. That is peak.
Is it?
I think so. Straw hat, very good.
I want to be Milo. How is he gardening? He just like bench press a lawnmower?
Why? Isn't he the grass gym leader?
He slings
might.
the cows over his shoulder to milk them.
Does he just when he's trimming a tree? Does he just rip huge branches off at a time? When he's trying to trim hedges, does he just look at the hedge away and it just goes into the same shape because they're terrified of him?
Starts doing squats.
Okay, so as I was saying, what exactly about the guy I'm drawing now
Zoom out.
needs to be done in order to appease your desires? What's he
First
missing?
Of all, I'll
Well,
need
you
to see the
shouldn't
entire
appease the
thing.
desires of degenerates in the first place.
I know,
However,
but I'm just curious.
Hold up! But excuse me, look who's talking.
look, I'm not saying that I'm not. I'm just saying that in general.
I've seen your portfolio. Hold up.
Hey.
Well, I'm
I live in a
sympathetic to
brick
I
Kohath.
actively watch your portfolio.
I'm
that was a loud
sympathetic to
pitch.
Kohath's understanding of things. Just because you like a thing, and you would like if everything was that way, doesn't mean that you necessarily think that everything should be that way.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
absolutely
what I'm
agree.
coming
However, I'm going to have a double standard when it comes to creatures. I demand this. I am invading the creature's space and I am colonizing it.
This is why I'm never going to have a board of directors or whatever the hell.
I'm gonna get ousted.
I'm gonna get subversive
guys,
weirdos coming in.
All good.
Are they subversive if they tell you they're
They're
subversive?
gonna try to use me.
Yeah, is it subversion if I just tell you I just want more waifus? And maybe a
Waifus?
single beefcake.
Maybe a single beef, but that's the thing we've been talking about for like the last 20
That just shows
minutes.
you have no personal.
But
To answer your
That
question
basically
though,
just shows
wider
you have no
shoulders.
semblance of
Wider
integrity
shoulders.
whatsoever.
Wider shoulders, broader chest, and a bit more meat on the thigh.
I was gonna say the calf. Get a
Calf
bit
as
more
well.
chunk in there.
well,
Yeah.
Implies lots of
I'm
action.
wondering-
Not action,
I'm wondering though,
exercise.
Stag.
he's got like layers of
wondered,
clothes
Stag,
on.
You know how like
Yeah, have you I know you don't
well,
play fighting
Eddie
games,
has-
but have
has
you
a
seen any Guilty
incredible
Gear?
muscle definition despite
Have
that.
you seen Chun-Li?
I'm tuning you guys out until you decide who's gonna talk.
Chun-Li is a baddie.
Hmm.
She is a baddie. But she also wears tights, so it's kind of cheating.
Chun-Li is best in fan art.
A lot
I
of
don't
things.
know.
are to be
She looked
fair, though.
really good in Street Fighter 5. Like,
Were you just
real
complaining
good.
about that game?
I hate it. I hate Street Fighter 5 so much.
God of this guy.
But Chun-Li was a baddie. I can't deny it.
I think that's always a sucky thing, is when like the art direction of a game is on point. Like, man, I'm gonna be honest, Raid Shadow Legend has really, really good like concept art. Like the art team
Brought
behind
to
it's
you
really,
by-
really it's really talented.
I wish.
Problem is,
Hey,
Raid Shadow Legend is just
hold off
goddamn
until we
garbage.
get the actual sponsorship.
Okay, that's my opinion. That doesn't reflect DICE and the Creatures at all.
Not
But
the
I'm just
opinion
saying,
of Dice Bag Games
I think-
Incorporated.
So what's the cinema
Yeah.
for Raid?
All I'm just saying is Raid's art is actually really, really good.
So like invasion. Let's call it invasion Umbra Myth. Invasion Umbra Myth.
What are you talking about?
That generic game has really good art direction. We're not being.
I've never heard
Yeah,
of
there's
that.
a,
You
there's
know
a
how,
few,
like,
there's
it
a
shows
lot
people,
of
like,
bad
fake
games that have
products?
fantastic art.
Like gotcha games.
No, I'm making a joke. You know how like in cartoons, how in cartoons they just take a bunch of synonyms for an existing product so they don't get sued. Like with this, but we're using it so that we can make sure that we don't promote their game until you get sponsored.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah, I do the ad readouts. Me and my
It's hard to tell when you're
me and
telling
my
jokes
terrible
like that
microphone
because of your
and
microphone.
nasally voice. Ah man, sorry. Yeah, I do the ad readouts for it with my terrible microphone and nasally voice.
So basically, what we're saying is this dude needs more
Imagine
broad
that, you get someone to
shoulders.
do an ad readout. I got a question question dice bag.
Yeah.
I got, you know how like how in some media there's like a human that was raised by animals, like how the ancient Romans had their leaders raised by wolves, or how Mowgli was raised by like a bear or something. Are creatures intelligent enough that if a child was abandoned, they could conceive? A team of creatures could conceivably raise them.
I doubt it.
I have an answer to that.
Like
It's
if,
not.
even if it
Go
was
see
like
your
super
babies.
rare, like a very specific creature.
The answer is no. A dingo will eat your baby.
Okay.
The what?
The dingo will eat your baby.
Raised by dingoes out in the wilderness. Dingo Man! When an Australian couple abandoned their child in the outback, he was raised by
No,
dingoes.
not even abandoned.
Now
The dingo
he's
just
as an adult, he saves it.
take your eyes off the kid for 1 second, and the dingo just like
Yeah,
yoink.
raised by dingoes. He now uses his super dingo. He now uses his super dingo powers to save the world from the evil forces of the emus.
Yeah, the emu invasion strikes up again. It turns out they're an intergalactic dimensional evil. They're like they're like scions of a great one.
Whoops.
Now I'm just imagining the same thing, but it's each time a
yeah,
people
imagine if-
mauls a child, they're testing their strength.
Oh no!
Testing their strength.
I imagine if Australia.
What?
The pit bulls or the childs?
Good question.
Oh, he was talking about pitting the child against a pit bull to take. That's what trying to say. The pit bull or the
so
child.
Imagine the pit bulls are like, you know, they maul children, right? But they're trying to test if the child is strong enough to see if it's the chosen one who will become pit bull man when he grows up. That's where they test to see if he's
The
Mr.
powers of a
Worldwide.
pit bull and nothing else.
If he can inherit the powers of Mr. Worldwide, then he won't be mauled by the pit bulls.
Alrighty.
A eugenics
Whatever.
I'm proud
program
of that,
that
I'm
bred
sorry.
humans like pit bulls to try to create the ultimate warrior. Yeah, just to clarify, if anybody is listening to this on the VOD, I don't know about these guys, but I think eugenics is bad.
Okay. That came out of nowhere.
Oh wait, you guys already just.
Yeah.
That was
I don't know
straight.
what
Was
these
that into
guys,
discussion?
but eugenics is bad.
But what about mugenics?
I don't know. But
What? What's a eugenist?
eugenics, like you breed,
Look up mugenics for me.
I'm
like
going
you
to.
breed Pokemon with Mew. I'm not.
It's a game? Is this a game about eugenics and cats? And then you fight the cats? Like Pokemon?
Like Abandonware, it never came to fruition, but it has a trailer.
Oh, by Team Meat. Yeah, this sounds like something they'd make.
Oh no!
I like the trailer, it's funny.
The Pokemon's already compared to dog fighting.
That one looks like a chihuahua, not a cat.
I'm sure they've taken a lot of liberties with what cats are in that game.
The name kind of implies so, at least.
Like you get a. Oh man! I pulled a 5-star lion. Now to pit this against that 2-star tabby. Man, I didn't know didn't realize my filter was so red. Oh wait, that's not a filter.
Guys, this is what happens when you leave the stream chat unlocked. You get me and Woo. You get the Zoomers rushing in.
The Zoomers. Zooming in, you mean?
Oh yes, of course, on our scooters.
Back in my day, it was skateboards.
Did you only come in because you realized that I came in on the vitals?
I woke up and I saw him randomly in the
You
in the
dog
goddamn
kids and
stream
your
chat.
gotcha balls.
Oh my gosh, I came in because I saw the sheep that looked
You
like
guys know
Splurge.
that one day we're gonna be old. Splurge? What's splurge?
A family-friendly way of saying a certain bodily fluid.
What's splurge? Oh.
That was the first thing I saw when I woke up.
I'm glad that's okay, glad that you
I'm like sitting in bed, looking at my phone, like,
That's your first thing
What?
when you see a cute sheep.
it is when it's the first thing I see when I wake up.
Did you see the post I made about Twitter?
No.
Uh,
How far up to your timeline do I have to look for that?
I don't know, but Twitter has decided that one of my images of one of those sheep is not safe for work.
Is it the one that that I'm talking about?
No, I haven't even posted that one.
Oh, there's the three. Yep.
what does it think it is?
I think it mistook the cloud for a certain white liquid.
So that's what I thought this one was.
Milk.
But
What is milk?
like it was clearly done by a freaking robot. Because it's clearly not that.
Oh no, this one seems kind of close, Chief. Oh, I'm searching. I'm searching, I really am. The problem is that means I have to read.
Hey, Despec, I got a question.
Yeah.
I got a question. You know, where do Tortiki live? Like, I imagine that they don't. Do they live in forest areas and create forest fires to basically hunt and cook their prey, or do they, are they a bit less? Or would they be in like a clearance so they don't catch anything on fire and potentially kill their prey before they can take their magical essence?
Well, you should read the wiki, I think.
Are Tortiki vegetarians or predators?
That requires us knowing how to
Okay,
read.
sorry.
Ortiki is on the wiki already.
We're artists. What do you think?
What?
Okay.
If those art school dropouts could read, they'd
Oh, I
be
was
very
saying-
upset.
Hey, I'm an art school dropout.
Yeah, so you can't read, right?
Well, I can't read Japanese.
Yeah. See? Can't read. Loser.
I guess if you go on a language by language basis, I'm way more illiterate than literate.
See? You're a loser. Ooh, yeah, no, I found the tweet finally. I found the thing. We did it, boys. I found it. Which creature was it, though? It doesn't have a picture of it. Where's the sheep?
Yeah, I'm glad that it's actually I'm happy that it doesn't actually look like that. Just because I'm actually a very safe for work kind of person, like by choice, but I can still hang out with people,
What the hell?
but I still get kind of uncomfortable too when people talk about that kind of stuff.
Yes, Dale, it's that one.
What?
Okay, to be fair, I can see why. It's so, obviously, it's a stretch, but I can see why.
Yeah, you can see why a robot would mistake that, I can see. But
Yeah,
come
but
on.
not a person. A person would.
That thing's been, I asked that to be reviewed, a week ago, and it's still got the warning on it.
Just change it to yellow so it looks like it's, whipped
I
cheese in a
would like
can.
to see
That's a nice piece, though. I really like that.
I'd like to see a post-apocalyptic world with a robot apocalypse, but the human resistance gets around the robots by writing in cursive and have to increasingly change the way they write so that the robots can't recognize it.
In other words, write in code.
Basically, but the robots can decrypt things like that, so they're gonna have to speak in Navajo or things like that. Man, that was the
Wait,
Navajo Go Talk Your Stories on is really cool. But
Kohas' entire channel is probably flagged.
Yeah, that's what I'm it'd be surprising if you would, shadow banned on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if your entire channel or account is posting stuff like that, it's just assumed that everything you post is like that.
So I've actually checked, right? And I do have the search suggestion ban, which is fine. It's good. I have no qualms about that at all. However, everything else I've done is fine.
That's weird because now, as we have established, I am a bit of a strange lad.
It's true.
There are things that you draw that make me wonder. That's a little strange.
I mean, it's got to be.
Just a little.
The things Kohas draws make me think, I'm not really into that.
Honestly, good.
But
I'm all for
that's not
people
because
being
I'm
human.
into normal things, by the way. It's just because Kohas that
Until
weird.
we change to the normal. Ooh.
Ooh.
I'm an agent of chaos shifting the Overton window, but for a different group of people. Honestly,
What does that
somebody
even mean?
should put me out of my misery before it's too late.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe I don't know why I came back with such a negative perspective, but hi again. I'm back.
Welcome back. I broadened this dude's shoulders for y'all.
Oh, yo, let me see.
I don't know if it's enough for y'all's taste, but he is a little wider.
He is definitely brickier, and I approve. Because that's the thing. If you're going to cave into our demands, you should do it within your own boundaries.
Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna make a Street Fighter beefcake type
Come
of
into
dude.
us your way.
No.
I'll do it. I'll do
but
the fan art.
we can
Yeah,
make
exactly.
something.
Rule 34. We can
Your
fix
way.
this.
We can
can
go
fix TM
with
this.
Milo size or something akin to that.
I don't know. Milo's is
I think it's
he's kind of a
appropriate for-
beefcake.
Milo
I
is
think it's
very
appropriate for the
stylized.
barbarians.
True.
I think the beefcakes are appropriate for the barbarians, but specifically like the special barbarians. Like I don't know, like the like you
Special
wanted to give them like
barbarians.
transformation.
You
Yeah,
mean
well,
the
you said something about
retards.
transportation magic. I was thinking more like
Jesus.
berserkers, you know, animal
Berserkers.
kindred, you know, like werebearer kind of things.
Okay, so
I do love a
Jeff,
werebear.
how would no?
Hush
So
you.
how would nomads work in? Since you can't eat creatures by hunting them, how would nomads work in creatures? Like if you have barbarians, would they just try to make a settlement outside of society, and they just don't? And they just to plant creatures, but without with a rudimentary thing, or do they are there actual like nomadic tribes,
I
or
think they would just
everyone
eat
have
the meat
does everyone
trees
have
like
to
everyone
start
else, right?
agriculture?
I
Yeah,
forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, I guess that makes for hunter-gatherer society, but just a gatherer. There's a ton of women in creatures because they have no use for hunters. It's just a
Like,
complete gatherer society.
you
They
definitely
pummel
need
warriors.
men to protect from the creatures.
They just beat the shit out of the meat tree.
But
no, rephrase that. I don't
We're-
like that.
We're using barbarian in a more
Sorry.
Loose context and more of a fantasy context. Okay,
Like-
we're
yeah,
not
more
talking about like
Conan the
actual
Barbarian.
Germanic tribes that
Yeah.
are screwing with
What kind of
the Roman Empire.
Listen, I'm into goths of all
well,
kinds.
your freebeans
Oh,
are
that's a
yeah,
plus two.
your-
That's real good.
yeah, your freebeans line their names are based off of German, right?
They
You're
what?
using like lots of German inspiration. Why not make a bunch of using a bunch of German inspiration for your creature design? Like you have that one creature that's based on like a an Eastern European horse spirit, right? Is it
Oh, the
I don't know, but
Nakalade creature.
Nuclevi?
but and
The
keeping and
Nuclevi?
Yeah.
I'm not sure where you're going with this.
yeah, and the soul suck line is based on the German words for like warrior.
Yes.
So if you know so much about German culture, why not lean into it and have like a third faction of barbarian people that are trying to subvert the Viridian Empire because they don't like their rigid rules. Like they don't have they're a third faction, but they don't have like a mythical creature at their aid. So they're just trying to camp out and to do guerrilla style warfare and stuff.
You're talking about the artisans.
What happens when we don't read the
Oh,
wiki?
okay. So
Okay.
I thought the
Well, I don't
artisans
think
were
the artisans have much on the wiki,
I
but
thought the artisans weren't the artisans the ones. Okay. I thought the artisans
www.anvil.com
what about the other group that does have a mythical creature? What are they called? That villains.
I don't know what y'all are saying because y'all are talking over each other. Somebody say again.
So the villains and creatures are the ones with the quote unquote bad mythical creature, like the cult guys. Is specifically the cult guys with the purple clothes, not the cult guys with the red clothes. Those are they the artisans or the cult guys with the red clothes the artisans?
The red ones are the artisans. And they are basically searching for a mythic
they don't
creature.
have mythical creature. Okay. And do they have someone lined up to basically take on it?
Say what?
You go ahead.
Oh, I was done. Sorry.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said, but I was just saying, do they have like someone lined up to? They want to bond the creature specifically. Do they have like a leader or like a big warrior guy? They feel that they believe in that they want to find the mythical creature, or is it like a kind of first come first serve kind of thing?
They definitely have a leader, but they're not all like clued in. It's kind of a secret society.
Okay.
So they're not actually like.
So they're kind of like the Freemasons. So the artisans.
I guess they're kind of they're like they operate more like a terrorist kind of organization. The artisans don't like the standard model of nobility and rulership. And so they're basically their general
So
goal
they're the
is
good guys. I'm joking.
well, not really. Although you could definitely run such a campaign.
I'm joking. I'm playing.
But for real, the artisans are not like just the out and out bad guys, in every sense of the word. In fact, I don't think any specific villain I'm going to create is probably going to be like completely inappropriate to run a campaign based around.
Mhm.
Know what I'm saying?
You
Inappropriate.
have like their motivations predefined. They're not like destroy the world.
Like you can justify their
You mean like
reasoning.
human
see.
traffickers?
What?
You don't want to play as human traffickers. I was just saying, like Kohas was talking about how something that would be inappropriate to run a campaign on. Yeah, and like I can think of a few villains like human traffickers that you wouldn't want to run a campaign as as the playable characters. Like even if you're evil, that's a step beyond what nearly any player is comfortable with.
Yeah, well, like
Even if you're playing as evil, you
the
want to
thing
be
I'm
evil,
working on right
murdering,
now,
everything.
the Barbarian clan, they're basically just like they're not part of the kingdom that's kind of like the standard presumed thing. They're kind of outside of it. So they come into conflict with the normal good guys a lot. But it's not like they're just evil to be evil. It's like a separate political organization.
Yeah, really intriguing.
They have a difference of opinion that can only be solved through violence.
They have their own interests. But I haven't really fleshed out all of the details of them, of course. We're still working on a lot of it.
Mm-hmm. So what
Dale,
group
I'm
is
actually
Barbarian
thinking about
Federation?
closing
Will
down
they
my
be like
subscribe
animal
star,
skins,
by
or
the
will they
way.
Uh-oh.
What? No, but I'm an investor. I demand the Amazons.
I was gonna go for a, what do you call it? I'm gonna do like a crowdfunding launch for Creatures. Instead of having, what the hell is this? Stupid
Oh, that's
tablet.
right. I did see something that kind of looked like a trailer for the system too.
Say what?
I have been really out of it. Hang on. Oh, I've been really out of it, so I'm trying to collect all my thoughts properly. Don't worry about me.
Yeah, I did make a